You can unplug it, we're good.
For Newburyport? I don't know what Newburyport has, honestly.
They don't get it.
They don't allow dogs on the beach.
Is it a bylaw or is it, do you know if it's a regulation or bylaw?
I don't know what,
Yeah, I don't
what
know either. I don't
animal
know
it
if Deb
is.
did any-
Other than I do know that it's been in effect for a long, long time. They don't have a regulation as far as dogs being loose unless it's something new. But I do know that.
Newburyport has a leash law.
Do they now?
They
Because for
always
a
have
long,
had, that I'm aware of.
they
They've
have a
always-
leash law?
They've always had a leash law. Well,
Wow.
we've had a leash law since 1983 because.
Oh,
it's-
83 maybe, because that's when
I went to work
that's the year
there.
that I moved from Newburyport, because they didn't have one in Newburyport when I lived there.
From 1983 to 2000, we had one.
Okay, because when I moved from Newburyport to Newbury, they didn't have a leash law, because we used to joke on Plum Island.
Did you guys happen to look at our last set of minutes on regarding this, what you guys already had approved, kind of? 2017, you might want to look at that one. Go to it's the last sheet after all the dogs on the beach, and if you see it, I highlighted it. It says dogs on the beach, Board of Health, local regulation, read that right there. We kind of already did.
Last thing.
That was our last time that we had talked about that. The Board of Health stated that they would abide by town council's opinion, because last we were gonna go to town council, we did,
Yeah,
opinion regarding enforcing the town bylaw and no further decision is needed. We were gonna go with the bylaw.
yeah, but what did town council say?
That's what they, I don't know where that is, but that's what they told us to do, was to go towards the, to enforce the town bylaw. Town bylaw supersedes by town meeting and attorney general. Did you see all that?
Yeah, well, the Attorney General, that
And did you
is,
see the
that's
Concom
not,
website post too? Did you look at that?
you can't have a bylaw without the Attorney General's permission.
Right. But a bylaw oversees a regulation.
Supersedes.
Correct, sorry.
What do you think we should do, Elaine?
I think we should go to town meeting and ask that they.
Which
revoke
one is more restrictive?
Ours. Ours was October.
And it has no
Just
time,
more
so
restrictive
it's
due to
completely-
dates?
Yeah, but it was
Only
also,
1 month.
but ours also was the time.
We didn't have any time, 8:30, 5:30, that's the bylaw.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right, we don't have any time, right, it's
So yours
just,
is
it's
more
September
restricted
to.
because of the
oh, right.
extra month
We
and
said
no
no,
timeframe.
Right,
we
so
said
it's
no
no dogs
dogs
September
allowed
through
on the
October.
beach, period.
Right, for September through October,
Right.
yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Right, but why are we paying for duty barrels down there during this time? I think at this time, if we're saying that no dogs on the beach at this X amount of time for this, those should be gone at that time, because it's showing, it's kind of confusing. I would think the same thing, like, oh, they got this here, we must be able to bring a dog on the beach.
Yeah, someone
Especially
puts
if
them
there's
out
no
of town, they're
sign.
walking away, there's
I
no
mean, to
sign,
me, it
it's
just
a-
seems very condescending. I mean, it's two different things, it's just,
I think I'll entertain a motion to table it until our next meeting.
Why, what are we gonna accomplish by tabling it?
We're gonna be able to figure out which way to go, find out if we want them to bring it to town meeting and do away with the bylaw. Why should we take any action before that?
Who's they? Town council?
The electorate. Town council recommends that we,
Did you remember I
Rescind
went
the-
on television last time? I went on, what's the name's program? I
So-
can't think of her name.
So are you saying because of the feedback from residents, you'd rather have the more restrictive bylaw?
Well, I mean, I'm talking about, I don't care if it goes to October, but what is the point of having dogs not on the beach if it's not 24 hours? Do you follow me?
No, I agree, yeah.
Yeah, because dogs can't tell time to begin with. and a person could, say, oh, it's dark out, I'll let Scotty go out on the beach so he can go for a run. And you know very well, they're not following Scotty with a bag.
And they'll push it.
You know what I mean? And so that was the whole point that we did this, is because there's a lot of people with kids that go on the beach, and it was a health situation. And we had a lot of discussion, we had film, we had all kinds of health,
But we're
pamphlets.
sending mixed messages though, by having the Cooper bags.
That's what, I agree with you, I didn't know that that was there.
I know a lot of people who are out there, or even from Newburyport, they like to take their dogs before the 8:30 time period to get them a walk. Or
Yeah,
again at night, I guess they were thinking that my dog can still get exercise, I can go out, but it's not during the populous times.
right.
Or again, impacting the bird environment, that was kind of, the plovers were the
Lower,
concern.
Yeah.
yeah, the nesting. yeah.
But again, it is inconsistent with messaging, but I guess logistically, it sounds like the bylaw, it does take precedence and supersedes, so ours would need to be quote unquote negated, but I think to your point, taking it to town meeting so that everyone would get the consistent message and that, and then considering, do we need signage? And talking to the duty calls or whomever it is.
And the other thing, and I get why they do have the duty calls, because again, when we didn't have it, they were tying up, just leaving all the crap tied to the fence all the time.
Yeah,
And then piles and piles were just happening, so I get that too. So I mean, they do need it, because there is still walkers that are walking, the strip, not on the beach, but just the walking North End Boulevard or whatever it is.
yeah.
And then who enforces this? So say there is an infraction, again, there's the fee schedule, but like is someone out there who's like
Dog officer or the
patrolling?
police.
There's
So,
nobody, there's no sign, there's no anything telling anybody what the rules are.
so should signage be something that needs to be discussed?
Yeah, so either, we're gonna have to do one or the other.
Right, and then we can get the signage down there if we
And
decide
right-
what's going on.
And I don't think any of you appreciate the fact that Plum Island has become a destination. We are swamped with people. The traffic on Plum Island right now is incredible. It's mind-boggling. The noise factor is unbelievable. People are just coming there in droves. So they're coming with their pets, not just physical pets, they're coming with their dogs
And all the
and
beaches are
whatever.
like that right now, Elaine, just to let you know, all the beaches are crazy right now. And I know a couple of people that work at them, and I'm like, since COVID hit, it's like all the beaches are just swarmed.
Oh, yeah, and
I mean,
it's
it's
just
crazy.
crazy. The motorcycles, oh my God. But that's another story. But the traffic situation is unbelievable, so I can understand about the dogs, people with dogs. So,
But would it make sense then to get on the agenda for town meeting to maybe vote or pass a bylaw that would be more restrictive then? To
yeah,
have that
or
consistent messaging?
something controlled, because not everybody is going in at the center. I see people going in all of the public little walkways.
They
And
walk
then-
in from the report, they walk in from the refuge.
No, but I'm saying in the morning or even the evening, I see people on any one of those public walkways coming in and out with dogs.
Talk about it.
Sometimes more than one dog.
Talk about an issue that galvanizes the populace. There'll be more of an outcry than if you were trying to finance the schools.
And there, even, that neighborhood app, even I have got that now. The Newburyport one, I forget the name of it.
Next door.
Next door.
There's a lot of chatter there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chatter, and one of them is, what's the deal with the dogs? It's like, on Plum Island, that's the latest one, I was like, oh my God. It's even got on there, I was like, oh no.
Makes absolutely no sense to have either a bylaw or a regulation, it's not gonna be enforced.
Exactly.
Well, we used to have enforcement. What happened? They used to have that guy that used to.
There's a woman, I've seen her down there, the dog officer, the animal control officer.
Yeah, so she can ride the four-wheeler and when
sand
when she
buggy.
puts it back in her, on the trailer or in her truck or however she
They
gets
used to
it
make
there,
money down there on the beach.
the dogs are released, so.
I don't know, but they used to make money down on the beach. I have actually seen them, you know, give people fines and confiscate their liquor on the beach. And it's just excruciating to watch somebody get both fined and then confiscate their liquor. That is really, you know, you go, oh
Maybe
my
what we
God.
should do, let's rescind ours. Let me finish.
I didn't say anything.
Let's rescind the right to Board of Health regulation. And let's get ready for the fall town meeting and see if we can do away with that bylaw, and then we can come up with another regulation that'll work. It can be the same thing.
So if you rescind yours, who would post the sign? Then now the town have to post a sign versus the Board of Health? Would somebody should post a sign, you know, if you rescind yours, then the town is still.
I'm hoping that it's gonna be rescinded only until the fall town meeting.
But they used to have a
But
big
it-
sign. What happened to that sign?
Who knows? They probably took it down for the winter or something and
I don't know, it was there for
ended
years.
up painting it out and putting something else on it. I don't know. Who knows what happens? But we're in conflict with a bylaw. And in this case, you gotta go with the bylaw.
Yeah,
Or is
I
it, do
know,
we
but
need to rescind, or is there an opportunity to amend our regulation so it's consistent with the bylaw in the interim?
Well, that's a good point. Why don't we move to modify our regulation to mirror the bylaw?
And then it can still go to town meeting to be further restricted as appropriate.
Okay, but then it's really a moot point at this.
Well, it's just that the bylaw's already there, and then we can amend it however,
Yeah.
town meeting votes to do away with the bylaw, then we can amend our regulation however we see fit.
Okay, because there's two things. Ours is the time and the month of October. Those are the only conflicts.
So those are like the two that need to be modified then.
All right, so do you think that'll work?
Yeah, for the time being.
Amend it to
sure.
mirror the bylaw?
That way we don't like get rid of it completely, it still exists, but it
Still-
modifies to
still
be
on the books,
consistent
but
with
it's gonna be
terminology.
modified.
Yeah.
And then after the fall town meeting,
Then it can
we
be.
can address it again.
Do we have time to draw something up for the fall town meeting?
Yeah, they haven't even set a date yet, I don't think. It'll
Okay.
be in October, I think.
Okay.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to amend the Board of Health regulation to mirror Newbury bylaw, chapter 45, section 6.
Section 6. Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who made that
Who
motion?
made the motion? Ginny, you want to make the motion?
Sure, I'll make the motion. Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Again? Okay, I think that's a good way to go, and then the regulation is still on the books, so we don't have to do public hearings.
Okay.
All right.
Just the minutes, there's 2 sets in.
And then I want to make a motion that we request the town to put the signs back up. Do I need a motion for that?
Well, we can do that. If you second it, we can
Yeah, seconded.
send the selectmen and.
And there were signs for the, are you talking
Yes.
signs for the dogs, right? Was there signs for the?
Yeah, with a sign, but they had a sign that had all the regulations.
Right, I think they
Yeah, it
got
was on the,
taken down
it was on the
because,
turnpike.
you know, they were doing the new,
They had
the
it
new
right on, when
bathrooms.
you drove right on, yeah, it was right next to
Right.
the bathroom.
Well, when they're all got, because they took down my kiosk too, where I always post like the beach thing. So they took all that, that's all been removed because they're doing the new bathrooms at some point. So it's all been removed. So they have been removed, but they haven't put anything up because the new bathrooms are still being in the process.
But they also had, smaller signs that said, no dogs, alcohol, or fires on the beach. You remember those?
Uh-huh.
Why
Yeah,
not?
all
had
that
them
was, in-
called-
all them have been,
Could have saved a lot of words if they said, no fun.
Yeah. They had those attached to the poles going all the way up the
That
street.
doesn't take a motion. Ask them to send, or you can write the letter, send it to the Board of Selectmen
And
and to
DPW.
Department of Public Works.
to get the signs
Put
back.
the signs
See if we can
there.
find the signs and get them.
In storage somewhere.
And it said how much the fine was, I think.
Yeah,
That might send a consistent message about.
I think that's a better way to go.
Put it right next to the duty
Keeps
station.
our options open.
And neon lights for it. too.
Nice to see you.
Stay here, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, I wasn't at the meeting, the last meeting, so I can't make a comment on the minutes.
right, the May
No,
one got,
The main one was the
got
one you
held
were.
off because you were at that
Oh,
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Board of Health meeting. This says August 29th.
Oh, the May
2017.
19th.
No, that was the one before the dog thing, yeah, it should be on the bottom, the last two.
Yeah,
May 19th meeting.
that's the one you were at.
19.
Give me just a minute.
Or maybe you can bring Steve up to date on this.
Did you see the certificate we got for your predecessor?
Yes, Virginia, show it to her.
Yeah.
What's your pleasure with the minutes of May 19th?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll second it because you weren't at that meeting. All in favor? Aye.
And July 28th minutes?
Now the August 29th.
No, July 28th.
Oh,
July 28th.
August is the, from 2017, that's to do with the dog.
oh yeah, what am I saying? I don't know why I said that. I said, this don't sound right. Yeah, July. Did you, at the last meeting, didn't Deb say something about the people that we talked about in the meeting that Steve was at?
I wasn't at the meeting, so I don't know what you're
Oh, okay.
talking
The
about.
hoarding situation?
She did, right here.
Yeah, that's written at the
Yeah,
bottom
this is
there.
on TV too.
She
so-
said that those issues had been
Yep.
resolved.
Yeah. We don't really want to get
One
into
of them, one of them's cleaned up and the other one died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever someone's ready, I'll entertain a motion on July 28th minutes.
There's one typo if that matters.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, just, you can fix it for me, that'd be good.
Okay.
No, that's all right.
Where did you see
Thank you, and
that?
I'll take that after.
Sure, yeah. No, at the bottom last sentence about the hoarding,
PR
it just be
versus PE.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
very benign.
Thank you.
but
Do you
it
want
exists.
another copy of that?
That's okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Entertain a motion to adjourn,
Okay, I'll second it.
unless somebody else wanted to have something you want to bring up.
No? What's that?
Motion? Second?
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Do you need any test kits?